Welcome, people. Welcome once again to another Sports Frenzy podcast. And as you can see, I'm your host, Levon. First and foremost, I'm sorry about what happened last night, guys. To all the people that were watching the basketball live, we're sorry about that. For some reason, the live actually crashed. I was trying to get it resolved, but never happened. So sorry to all of you that were in the basketball live because I got a few messages asking about it. So sorry about that. But tonight we're here to discuss some track and field, man. So remember, as always, ensure that I like the video, share the content, and subscribe. And as you can see, I dropped a video earlier today in regards to football transfers, so you guys can go and watch it. I believe it's 9 minutes and 6 seconds, so you guys can go watch it and see all the football things that I talked about. Because tonight it's not about football; it's track and field totally. So a lot of track and field action has took place. A lot of interesting track and field action, and we have a former tracksman that will be coming on. This man told me that his PB was what, some 10.5 or something like that. But I honestly believe that this man PB is like 11 seconds here. But I think he's running what the class 4 girls are running. But without further ado, the voice himself, one boss.
Yes, sir.
So tell me your PB, man. What's a PB?
PB at 10-4, boss. 10-3, 10-4.
Jaja. Almost sound like the female them time. Or that Shelly and Elaine are gonna run a world championship.
Well, Elaine, I'm not sure about the other one, but it's that time of the year when the rivalry starts again, so.
Facts, man. I'm not lie, bro. A whole lot of track and field action is going on. A whole lot that we missed out on, a whole lot that we have to look forward to, because guess what? Tomorrow is even a Diamond League, and I think what 3 Diamond League has gone already, and we haven't covered any of them as yet. But boy, I'm scratching my head and wonder where I should start, because as I mentioned, there's so much things to cover. You know that we always beat up on the men in the sprints. No, we actually have 2 men running under 10 seconds, 2 very young fellas as well. One is 20, next one is 21. All right, where should we start? Because honestly, I'm confused right now. We're the females that are doing well, but I think the male is a big story right now. Based on what they're doing, is a big story. And what better way to start it? Oblique Seville. I remember we came on here, we spoke about the guy a bit. We never dig in deep, but we always heard that he was a good talent coming up, and because of what he was doing, people actually had high hopes for him. We saw him at Olympics last year, and he was okay, just okay. But no, man, come out here this season, brother, 9.86, basically slowing down from. How do you dissect that race? And his coach tell us that he can go faster.
Yeah, I mean, well, listen, I never expect the coach to say him can go slower. So I always say him can go faster, but listen, for me, I was totally surprised at the time. If anybody said they weren't shocked, then definitely good for them. But for me, I was absolutely stunned at the time that he ran. 9.8. I was really stunned at the time. Glenn Mills, let us see if we can find another one. A lot of persons discredit Glenn Mills, including myself. I said that, hey, listen, Glenn Mills, I don't think Glenn Mills is no great coach again. I think obviously, he still has his credentials. It's just like, an NBA player being good in his prime. Then him reach 40 and then him start average 3 points a game. He's not good like how he was in his prime. So I think Glenn Mills is out of his prime. But listen, he did Usain Bolt. I think me could have coached Usain Bolt to a world record. I just think that man was just phenomenal. Yohan Blake, he had Yohan Blake there, and then obviously Yohan Blake got hurt. So right now, here comes Oblique Seville, right? But listen, I want the Jamaicans to err on the side of caution, and this is why. And I'm not being negative, but this is why. Remember, we have a guy named Nesta Carter that ran 9.7, right? Let us not forget that. This man ran 9.7, and a lot of people will say, wow, three Jamaicans on a 9.8, a mad thing. And then we never yet see 9.7 from Nesta Carter again, right? So, you
But
know,
there's a but in it.
yeah.
Because remember that Nesta Carter ran that at what? I think he was in his 30s at that point in time.
Uh-huh.
While this guy is just 21. So 21
Mhm.
years old, 9.86.
Yeah, but listen, we have also seen, and again, I'm not being negative, but I just want us to err on the side of caution, right? And I want us to be, I want us to understand that if you run 9.84 now, that don't mean when you reach 28, you're going to run 9.3 or 9.2, right? Yeah, so what he has done well. From he was at Calabar actually. I was hearing that first. I heard that he was the fastest at Calabar, and
True.
obviously it came to pass that he won the 100 meters, beat up chatty Michael Stevens, who is a guy I like a lot, and beat up the rest of them. So right now, seems like he's focused, seems like he's following instructions, seems like he's doing well, taking care of his body. Obviously, I don't want him to have a little bit more weight on him, but hey, I am not his coach, so it's not what me want, is what the coach see fit. So hopefully he can bring that momentum to the trials now, make the Olympic team, and then we'll go from there. So and see what can happen. Because listen, in the 100 meters right now, I don't see no world beater. There's no world beater. Wide open.
I
Christian
agree.
Coleman come back. I just see him come third the other day.
Just look okay.
Just look like a part of the group. Fred Curley a part of the group. Trayvon Bramwell, we know he'll run good on the circuit, and when it comes time, we know what he will do. Right,
And the
so it's
world
why.
champ and the Olympic champion
Yeah,
seemingly picking up a lot of injuries.
yeah, and listen, if somebody did tell me said Jacobs was going to win that, only I not even didn't know about that man.
Facts.
I not even lying. I not even didn't know about that man. And that man come from Italy and come win 100 meter. Right? So if he can win the 100 meter from Italy, why Oblique Seville can, be in dimensions. Not saying I'm gonna win, but be in
That
dimensions.
is what I was going to say a while ago. That let's put it out there as a pointer that we're not saying that he will win. However, if Jacobs, who is relatively unknown from Italy, and come on, bro, we don't know Italy has no sprint nation or anything of that sort. Yeah, we know that he trains in the US and all of that, but um, if Civil can keep on growing in terms of his trajectory, 21, 9.86, and as we saw with our own eyes, he shot it down at about 90 meters thereabouts. So I mean, he still has some in his stand. Continue, Sky.
Oh, so, yeah. So as it really, as it relates to Seville, man, I definitely think that he can come make some. Now, listen, you just want to make it to the finals. Once you make it to the finals, any of those eight guys have equal opportunity for win. Nerves, palms get sweaty, false start, bad start, anything can play. I don't think there's any superior athlete no way. You can get a bad start and you can come back and you need to run. So and Sylvia looked like he has a good start, good transition, and good finish. So and listen, even last year at the Olympics, even though he never got to the final, he made it to the semis. He made it to the semis, right? Yeah, made it to the semis, and hey, that's all we can ask for, right? So now we want an improvement, and under 10 seconds, you put yourself in the conversation for sure. Listen, what I named it, the man who comes second or a third in the come, Andre DeGrasse. That man have run under 10 seconds for the season.
Yeah, but you know what? You can't watch him on the early season
You know
because
them man, they are championship runner still.
exactly that's what I'm saying. You can't watch them on the early season because come championship time,
Uh-huh.
he'll just see that man spring out of nowhere. But yeah, Albert Williams, big up yourself. Jason, big up yourself, and to other people on the stream that is watching it, big up on yourself. And here's Albert saying that civil time is big, not entirely surprised. His progress has been steady, going under 10 seconds, so big was a surprise, but not entirely. He looks to be in great shape.
You see this with that guy, Mr. Albert Williams, is a jumpy dude, you know. He's a very jump. As soon as a great time come, him have see what I'm saying? Already I put the man in a medal contention. Already put him hopes way up there. Watch it. Right now he's in medal contention. Why? Albert, he's as close to medal contention as he's as close to not making the final. That's what it is right now for me. Like I am hinging. I just want to see a good race. I just want to see a good race. Hopefully, he can make it there. And here's a negative guy. This guy don't like Jamaicans at all.
Wow, really? And that you tell the people, him? Wow.
Yeah, go on with you.
There, I'm just. Thanks for the short notice invitation.
Yeah,
I
you're
put
welcome.
myself together, but I couldn't miss it.
You're
No, man,
welcome.
nobody beat him, man. Me forget to beat him, man. Me give the short notice.
Oh, all right. You're forgiven.
Yeah, man. I thought about Civil 9.86. What I thought about the performance?
That is an excellent performance from a Jamaican's perspective, right? And you know, I say to some folks the other day in a track and field group. I'm not sure if you're a part of it. Real track and field fans, and I said, you know, America had the chance over the years to solidify themselves re-solidify themselves as the dominant sprint nation in the world, and they fluffed it, right? And here comes Jamaica behind all of the struggles, the names that have passed through and everything, and now they're back on the map with Oblique Seville. And I will go ahead and put it out there, and anybody can quote me on this and return to this video. He will not lose the world championship.
All right, hold on a second, Adrian. Because when I make bold statements like that, we do a particular thing over here saying.
I back up any talk I make. Me look rough, man. Why not really invite me on? Whatever.
Go ahead, man, and make a statement, man.
I said, and I want everyone to listen to me and listen to me well. Oblique Seville will not lose the world championship 100 meter. There's nobody to stand in his way. I don't care who America have. Because you know, I'll find out all of them boy, they are choker. They had the chance to make them name known or solidify themselves. One of them find himself and miss a bag of drug test, one retire, and now an Italian take over everything from them, beat them in our Olympic Games and the Indoor World Championships. You understand? Oblique Seville is the man to be reckoned with right now. And I tell you exactly why again. It's not only the 986, but think about who is being prepared by. The great Glenn Mills. Glenn Mills don't prepare you for a one race. Glenn Mills will prepare you for a championship. That means he will get you ready for the rounds. So you think that 986 is anything? You wait until you see that finals.
But Adrian, you know, so Kems that tell me say right now Glenn Mills lose some steps, so I don't think Glenn Mills is this great man that he once was.
Lose step.
Listen, Stradix. Listen.
Let me hear you. Go on. Lose
All
step.
right. So this is my analogy for Glenn Mills. All right. So you see a basketball player like LeBron. LeBron in his prime and LeBron now is two different kind of LeBron. I think it's the same thing for Glenn Mills. Glenn Mills in his prime, Camperdown Sprint Factory. Glenn Mills in his prime, obviously, you know, the Usain Bolt, the Usain Blakes of the world. Right now, I think he's just past his prime. I'm not saying that he's still not a good coach, right? I think Stephen Francis is much better. But, hey, you know, and probably I am biased, but I think Glenn Mills right now is just a little bit past his prime. I think that me personally, as a track and field fan, I would want to see Glenn Mills have some more great athletes out there. Me personally, that's just what I want to see. You know, like I think Glenn Mills kind of live off of the name a lot. I think a man like a Stephen Francis live off of the athlete's performance. I think Glenn Mills live off of the name. Oh, Glenn Mills great. Oh, Sprint Factory. Oh, Usain Bolt. Oh, Usain Blake. Oh, Racers Track Club. But again, what are the athletes that Glenn Mills really put out there, you know, to go out there and shine?
Listen, man. You're about to
And
give me
I
a
know
head.
you love, and I know you love Glenn Mills. You know, we know you love that man from the
I mean,
outset.
separate apart from him being my mentor and, you know what I mean, teaching me
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Let me explain something to you.
All right.
All right, let me put it here like this. When you go to renew your driver's license, do you lose the ability to drive? Or are you just changing over your ID?
Just changing over my ID.
Very good. You don't lose the ability to drive, right?
Absolutely not.
So the same person that prepared Usain Bolt, what is it about him now that can't prepare another athlete to dominate like the Usain Bolt? All you need is the talent, right?
Okay, but Stridex, then that's a great point. But if we're going to be objective, let us look on the great athletes will go through Glenn Mills and just never make it. And we can start from no further than I can look at a simple Michael O'Hara. I can look at why is it that no, and probably you have more inside information than me because obviously with more information, then you have a different perspective. So me just go off of what me know or what I don't know. Right?
Michael O'Hara wasn't prepared by Glenn Mills.
All right. So let me put it this way. You would tell me some athletes, because we know one of Seville and Bolt and Ackeem Blake were alone prepared by there was an athlete from Daniel Bailey, prepared by Glenn Mills, yes?
Right.
Okay. Zarnell Hughes, prepared by Glenn Mills, right?
So, all right. So Zarnell has been holding his own, but you know, sometimes you have to consider that these athletes, they reach the peak, the career peak. Okay. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it as a coach. Right? Mm-hmm. Michael Clark has the same philosophy with a lot of caliber athletes, and a lot of them can back it up and tell you. Like, he don't believe that they will have life after high school in terms of track and field wise. So you try to get the best out of them right now. Hopefully they move on to college or something better. But that's the best you're going to get out of them. There's some athletes that pass through his hands that were just a 10-1 or a 10-0 guy. You won't probably get any more out of them. You understand? Yes. It comes with the territory. It's talent. A coach has the ability to put you out there, but it can't. No coach in the world, no sport, it can't do anything without the talent.
Okay.
You need talent. Do you agree?
Sure, I agree. All right. So now let me ask you a question. So why is it that Stephen Francis, again, let us ask, why is it that Stephen Francis seems to some way, somehow have more successful athletes? All
right. Well, for that question, you know, you probably have to look deeper into the personalities of the individual, right?
All right, sure.
I'm assuming, because I don't know this man personally, but I'm assuming the camp of the MVP and Stephen Francis is a money first kind of camp. Like, we're all about the business of track and field, right?
Yeah.
Versus someone, because I know him personally, versus someone who will show a little or a lot more care for you as a person versus just your athletic ability. So, you know, when a man will take on 50, you know what I mean, using his Moneyball method, 50 at the start of the year, right? Get the ones that are quote unquote underwork or have a low training age, and you get them to perform. You know what I mean? Out of that 50, you get 10. And I've even heard athletes, I won't call them name, out of his camp say, listen, he will take 100 athletes and he will tell you plain and straight on day one, I just want one of you to perform. And my pocket lace, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've heard from people who have been in the camp, right? I don't know how true it is, but that's just what I've heard, right?
Yeah.
So, given everything that I've heard, I would say that the reason is because one is more concerned about you as a person per se, and one is more for, not that Stephen Francis don't care about you, but the other is more concerned about the business aspect of track and field. I know enough to know that, I mean, the man who used to sign the checks, there's a lot of stuff that he shared with me, and you know what I mean, even just taking care of you from like, you know what I mean, just basic necessities, everyday life and stuff like that. This man, he's not there for the money only, is what I'm getting, right? Yeah. So he won't take on the heavy load of the 50, 60 and then try to, you know what I mean, get it down to the one who is going to give him that $100,000 this year.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So that might be, from what I know, it might be the reason why you haven't seen him produce. Because you're going off the fact that Stephen Francis has produced way more athletes at the highest level than him, which is a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't argue this is a fact, but there might be some more to it from a personal perspective, and
All
that's
right.
why. But that doesn't take away from him talent, because
True.
no ordinary person can prepare you, Johan Blake and Usain Bolt.
All right. So now I'm gonna ask you another question. Um, shit, my brain freeze. I forget the other question I'm gonna ask.
Who's the goat in track and field female? That you're about to
No, no,
ask.
no, 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 no,
Oh, okay,
no,
okay.
no,
I
no,
mean,
me
wait for
gonna
the
ask you.
discussion. They see all you.
No, me did I ask you about something. Did I ask you about? Oh shit! Something did I ask you about?
Stealer.
Stephen. Okay, yeah, I remember now. Is it true? Is it true that Glenn Mills only want athletes with talent, but Stephen Francis want the athlete to either don't make finals or come last in the finals? Is that true? As I know, Glenn Mills is a man love people with talent, which is fine because listen, you have, and I made the analogy all the time. LeBron James is a great basketball player. The man don't want to play with no scrub. The man want to play with some other superstars and win some rings. But
But
then,
James, you know that he technically answered it a while ago.
yeah,
Remember what he said? He say when I look at Stephen Francis, remember that he get all 100 people and limit it down to a 10 and look for people without the heavy workload. Remember that is what he said initially, you know.
yeah,
So if it comes down to that, it would mean that that's their aim. The aim is different. Stephen Francis aim for the one with less workload, while you look at Glenn Mills now. Glenn Mills on the other hand, we might see the one man we might win a champs and all and things. That's all right, you know, I'm gonna work with that one talent here.
All right. Let me throw something out there. Let me ask you this. All right. If you were a college coach, NCAA, Levon,
yeah.
I don't know your track and field background, but I've been through the NCAA system, competed at the NCAA championship, whatnot. That's where I stopped. And I realized a lot of things with those coaches in the system. They don't necessarily want an athlete where they have to put too much work in. You know what I mean? They basically want a ready done athlete. Far and few you can find a coach who actually want to help you improve. They want a ready done athlete. And the reason being, which you can't really fight a man on this, is you have to protect a paycheck, right? So to say that he wants only talent, I mean, it might appear that he's only taking the talents, but when he was at Camperdown, he wasn't just going after talent, was he?
True.
And he did prepare a Raymond Stewart. He almost won champs.
True.
I mean, there are countless names down the line up until the 90s. You know what I
True.
mean? That's where the Spring Factory moniker came in. So he does prepare athlete, but I guess maybe somewhere along the line things changed a bit for him. And it
Okay.
seemed like he was just reaching out to the ones with the talent, while Stephen Francis is getting the ones that are underworked and the training age is very young. So it's probably getting to know the person. You probably have to answer that question and ask him, like, is it that you're going for the talent, or you know what I mean? I couldn't answer that one really. I'm be honest.
Before either before the World Championships, you need to try. Make we have a sit down with Mr. Mills, man, cousins. Oh, mute. Yeah, you need to make we have a sit down with Mr. Mills, so he can come on this platform, so I can ask him all the questions that I have of him.
Yeah,
Tell him,
I can try. I can ask.
yeah, tell him so we just need 15 minutes same time, probably out 10.
So what is
All
the
right.
gripe with Mr. Mills? Like, I mean, what more
No,
has
no,
he
no,
does
no,
he
no,
need
no,
to
no,
prove?
no. No, listen. All right, let's try this again. I don't have no problem with him. I think if I'm supposed to compare between him and Stephen Francis, I believe he is the more approachable individual.
Right.
Obviously, I see him from during high school time, even when we and Camperdown did a train at Stadium East, and so very approachable man, very nice man, all of that. But
Right.
again, I just believe that, and I guess probably with limited information on me have, we just look on it through the limited lens. Somebody like you will have more information, more insight. You will probably look on it different from me. So me just look on it and me I say, well, boy, as great as we heard Glenn Mills is, or heard that Glenn Mills was, we don't want to see some more quote unquote production out of the quote unquote athletes because everybody heard about Glenn Mills, them run go racers. The Michael O'Hara. And again, you say Michael O'Hara not trained by him, but the Michael O'Hara run, but the Daniel Bailey, the Zarniel Hughes, the Michael Stevens, all of those athletes run go to racers. All for the strength either, okay, Bolt was there or Mills is there. That's the strength of them go for.
Right. What's wrong with that?
Absolutely nothing. But then again,
you want the best. You want the best, right? You want the company who's paying you the most.
Of course, but then again,
right.
if I want the best education and I decide say, yo, I'm gonna go Harvard, more ensure say when I go Harvard, I am getting quote unquote Harvard quality. And then when I graduate from Harvard now, people supposed to can say, yeah, that's a Harvard graduate. But if you look at most of these athletes, so Glenn Mills have, we can't say that's a Mills athlete. That's how we look on it.
So all right. So here so I guess it's time to bring up something else.
All right.
You're looking at Glenn Mills himself, and the assumption is he's not producing as many hours that he should have been.
And
but have we taken into account the athlete themselves? Let me tell you something. You see, after Usain Bolt, he's a blessing and a curse. And I'll tell you why I say that.
Absolutely.
When Usain Bolt came onto the track and field scene, Jamaica had never experienced any kind of dominance like we've seen since 2008, right?
Facts.
You know his lifestyle. Well, I'm assuming you know his lifestyle. This one is a party man, but he will party all night and wake up at 6 a.m. and show up to practice. The athletes around him saw that and think, you know what? I probably could get away with it too. You know what I mean? And since Adidas and these people were signing the big checks over to the high school athletes, which I hear that they won't probably do that anymore. That's done with. Probably Michael O'Hara was the last from what I'm hearing. You have to look at the athletes and think, you know what? You saw something in front of you that you couldn't have been, and you try to emulate it. So it's not just the coach now; it's on you. Let me ask you something. A Warren Weir, what would possess a Warren Weir to come out and talk about Glenn Mills the way he did online? Ackeem Blake cool. Glenn Mills spoke so highly of this man.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
At one point, I forgot the year, but Billy Cole had gotten injured. I think he had made the finals and gotten injured. And rumor had it that had he not been injured, it's possible that he could have beaten Usain that year. I don't remember the exact year. I have to go back to my people and ask them which year they because it was second-hand information from the horse's mouth to them to me.
Okay.
Right? And then, you know what I mean, a Yohan Blake. I don't know if you know the story. I probably won't speak on it because I'm not sure how accurate it is. I don't want to put too many people out there like that. So at what point do you look at the athlete and say, hey, what is your part in all of this? It's not just Glenn Mills anymore because he like I said, this man don't have him driving record, you know. He can drive, he can coach. He's a proven coach.
Absolutely.
So we cannot put it all on him now and say, oh, he gets so much talent and him never turn out to nothing. What of the athlete?
That's fair.
You have to shoulder some responsibility as the athlete, you know.
Absolutely.
When coach tell me at college say, hey, 6 a.m. workout, you know, if I don't show up, you know, that's on me.
Yep.
Yeah, it was 2013, Jason Curlew. Judge man Curlew that.
Yeah, I didn't see him on. Yeah, I mean, listen, as you talk about that, I'm not even remember Warren Weir did their races as well. I'm not even remember that. And listen, what I'll give Glenn Mills credit for, because remember, you know, if you remember, well, Stridex, you must know, Warren Weir was really primarily a hurdler. You know, it was
right, out of high school, right?
Yeah, out of high school, he was a hurdles man, and you know, racers say, yo, you know, it's really and truly not gonna. You know, you can get better production out here, so you know, running the two, and obviously he did indeed produce, and you know, him deserve credit for that. Again, you know, I don't think
he deserve credit for that, but you know, put the coach on the map that tell him to go switch to make the switch.
No. I'm saying
I think they have to get Glenn Mills in a break.
Then that's one of them one.
Deserve credit for that. Glenn Mills.
No, but you never say that first. You notice where you carry the conversation, you put it on the athlete. No, I never big up my coach.
No. All right. So I'm saying Glenn Mills deserve a lot of credit for that, and I've said that on multiple forums many times, right? But what I'm saying is that, and I'll give Glenn Mills credit again for being a man who can deal with a Warren Weir personality, a Warren Weir inconsistency, a Warren Weir indifference. Because again, I think one way like track and field. He likes what track and field could have done for him. He liked what track and field give him the popularity, but I don't think he loved Usain Blake. I think Usain Blake loved track and field.
That's an interesting thing. I never thought about it like that before. You know, you have a strong point right there about Warren. You have a very strong point.
Yeah. So you know, and then when we look on Bailey Cole now, right now Bailey Cole blocked me off of Facebook, you know, because
so wait. Stick up in. Or him block you and him don't block me. Because every day me I troll him.
Yeah, the man blocked me, dog. I tell Bailey Cole, tell Bailey Cole, and then the other guy is a new guy. I don't know if you see him straight. So him name the youth from USC,
Devontae Burnett.
Him is the next one. May I tell him, say, boss, you know, now it's time to produce. Last year you tell me say you're injured. All right. Now it's time to produce, but now it look like say I'm not even know if I'm gonna make the team. Because now we have 2 man under 10 seconds right now. We are them.
Let's say injured right now again.
Oh, him injured again? Oh, the bad side.
The same time that you were having a conversation the other day, he was injured at that point in time.
First and foremost, I think Afeta beat the board because I don't think him love Jamaica like him supposed to love Jamaica.
No,
I think being with the advantage that he could have participated for America and Jamaica, he chose the lesser or easier route. That is my opinion. He chose the easier route because he thought he could have got an easy ticket on the Jamaica team.
Yep.
And that way building me. No, I mean, I'm not knock you for that, but don't come pretend like you love Jamaica like you're born and raised. Like
I said that in Australia. I said if he could have made the US team, I don't think he would have run for Jamaica.
No, Jamaica the last thing for him mind.
Yup. But in real life,
last thing for him mind.
In real life,
it's the same situation with Jovan Harrison.
That's the jumper.
The dude that does long jump and
long jump, triple jump, yeah.
But go ahead,
that one still, because the jumps were wide open in America.
But Levon, before this podcast is over, we need to talk about this Brianna Williams, Atta Bolton.
No, man, I'm going to get there, man.
Because this guy, don't listen, thinks that she need to change coach. You also think that she need to change coach. So we definitely have to get to that.
We gotta get there, man. But the next guy that I want to talk about is Ackeem Blake, formerly of Merlin Patty, and as I pointed out, this is the real Blake. Usain Blake is no more. This is the real Blake, and this is what it's coming through. And I have to give a lot of credit to Michael Freight and what he has been doing over there at Temptons. I mean, when I look over there that day, I see even Kem's runner that Albert Williams is beating in the comment section about, because Albert said Kem's come here and tell people that this man will medal at World Championship. I can't recall Kim saying it, but he said that he can recall it. But
I said no. So I said that Jaziel Murphy, and Stridex know about Jaziel Murphy very well. But I said that Jaziel Murphy would have won the Jamaican trials. That before.
When? Which year?
This year, but this was before this Ackeem Blake guy come. This is before Oblique Seville ran at 9 something. But listen, I saw.
No, man, pick up in, man. Can we drag this conversation gone down to foolishness now? Jaziel's personal best is what?
What was Ackeem Blake's personal best before him run under 10?
You hold up. Why have my computer in front of me? Because I you know, some numbers run the world, and I know go play.
He was coming from 10-5.
Brother, the amount of injuries where Jaziel Murphy got through, for him being able to even run and compete right now, that is a win for Jaziel Murphy right now.
Brother, from Bridgeport, Jaziel was too heavy.
True.
For his height.
True.
Right? And I don't think anyone addressed that situation.
Because he was so talented.
Yes.
That's the thing, you know. Him did have the weight, and you know, people who are thinking about him for the future saying, no, that you're too heavy, you know. But Bridgeport and the immediate success that he's having, I say, well, he might have weight, but he's winning. You know,
you can get away with it in high school, you know, but you see when time it really counts, you cannot get away with it. All right, you remember Ryan Cook?
I do.
Ryan Cook, Lavon, we used to train it at George's. Man, wake up any day and run 48 seconds in our 400 meter. Dominated at Calabar Junior High for Allied School, when Allied Schools was a thing, right? And he come to St. George's College. This man never wanted to train. But he would get up and get 40 and just raw talent like that.
Mm-hmm.
See, somewhere in the back of my mind, I realized that never dog cut it. Because at the end of the day, you have to go find something other than talent whenever you reach up, when you're met with grit. You understand? and someone that's not going to give up a goal that easily, because everybody got there to win it, trust and believe, right? So you see, when you can get away with stuff that you do in high school like that, you cannot get away with it after that, and it's sad. And I mean, we can even think about Anisha McLaughlin in the same breath, even though she did come around and come back. Come on to this man, cameraman. Man can buy a good stand. Well, yeah, we can think about even Anisha McLaughlin along the same lines. There were things that they saw that, you know what I mean, eventually at 16 years old, they saw her ballooning out of control. Sorry to use that word if it offends her. Apparently, I'm too harsh sometimes. But, you know what I mean, you address certain things like that and you set up the athlete for the future. Jaziel, he never addressed what was coming. And everybody, like, I mean, if you're knowledgeable enough, you could have seen that coming. That was going to be an issue.
Yep.
Was going to be an issue. Like all of Romaldo Rose. Why Romaldo Rose didn't progress to the next level?
Well, yeah. Same thing, I believe. Same thing even with Corey. Corey was too heavy.
Right. Double winner in class. Exactly.
Yep.
Hey, don't get me started on charges now. But sure.
Yes, Christoph saying that. That's what Kim said. Kim said that Murphy would win at national trial, but he never said he would make our championship. Him said that we would have beat him right now.
Let me tell you. So quickly on Ackeem Blake, right? Again, and I need a little bit more sample size from the guy, right? Like a man who just, and I'm not saying he has been improving with every single race that I've seen him run. So, at least that is a good sign. But again, I'm not quick to jump up and say, yes, we'll find another one, right? So, let us see how, he continues to train, how he continues to perform, how he is when the race is competitive, when there is big names, big guns in there, how he performs, because that race I'm run, listen, even that guy...
Remember that point when we started to discuss Brianna Williams?
Oh, for sure.
What did you say? Remember that point whenever we get to Brianna Williams.
All right.
Can you remember that he was in a race with the next Blake the other day and he won that race as well?
The next one?
The next Blake.
That Blake they done, brother. That Blake they done. that's not the same Blake that I'm done.
But what I want to bring across though about Ackeem Blake, I think what he's benefiting from is that he was injured for some part at Merlin Atty, and then he missed chance, I think, 2 years. So I think that has worked wonders for him, and I'm happy to see the guy improving. But as I mentioned earlier about Michael Frater, when I look over Titans, man, it seems like Titans are the retirement home because Mr. Kemar Bailey call over the Ewan Blake, Jaziel Murphy, and a lot of other guys over Titans. So it seems like they're relying on Michael Frater to probably get whatever he can out of their faltering career, maybe.
But this is a probably, I don't know if it's really a big issue, but I am saying, why would I leave Glenn Mills to go to Michael Frater? Like, I'm looking at that. Why would I leave a Stephen Francis to go to Michael Frater? What is it that I can get over Michael Frater that I can't get with either Stephen Francis or Glenn Mills? I am looking at maybe I can get away with indiscipline. Probably I can get away with I'm have to give 100% every single day. Like, these are the things so then are you really and truly quote unquote improving where you're supposed to be? Because listen, they can come at the little all-comers meet and the Jubilee meet them and big up themselves and first place and so. But then when you look at the times, like Mr. Bailey Cole win a race the other day, and I think his time was 10.18 or something like
10.18. I never turned it.
Yeah, and I'm saying like I guess him come first, but Bailey Cole is not a threat come national trials.
I say this much and I say it without apology. And I'm not saying I depend that trader from a long time because enough money to take away about it. Ewan Blake, Kemar Bailey Cole, hang up on the spikes. Come on, they're not gonna win.
Yeah, I think, listen, what I'll say about Ewan, and I tease Ewan a lot and I laugh at him a lot, but I believe that Ewan, just like Asafa, is one of those athletes where they can leave when they want to leave. I'll allow them to leave when they want to leave. Whenever you're ready for just retire, you can go. So if you want to run 12, 13, 14 seconds, go ahead. Leave when you want to leave.
Yohan right now is operating like Michael Jordan going to Charlotte. Your legacy, you're about to tarnish your legacy sticking around in the party longer than the club was scheduled to end.
Yep.
You need we're talking about the second fastest man ever.
Yep.
Both to 100 and 200 meters. There's nothing else left for you to accomplish in the sport, given that you have gone through a horrific injury. That back in the 90s, them injury they take out man, Yeah, science wasn't putting your back on the map after them injuries there.
Yep.
You're done. Right? You were able to come back, you did a credit, you gave the best of yourself. You still were the number one Jamaican because nobody else was in a 98, 97 shape, or they were lost, or whatever the case may be. Like give it up. Know when to stop, Bridget. Like you have nothing left to prove, and I don't think you want Blake Brock, and that's the only thing I can think about.
That's what we heard the other day. Still in the agent, the man them say, "Oh, the money man do it for."
Oh, couldn't no money. That means no.
If he's doing it, all right. So if he's doing it for the money, he probably just wants more money. But I don't think he's broke.
No, I doubt that. Highly doubt that.
It's not broke, They just said that he's cementing it more. That's what I heard, because
like when I see Asafa running, I think Asafa want 3 more sub 10 to get 100 to reach 100. So I think that is what he's running for, trying to get a little positive 2.0 win and try and see if he can get the sub 10.
What 100 sub 10 mean to anybody?
The other man in history to do it.
No, well, he's already the most.
Yeah, but he want to.
Yes, only because Usain Bolt and everybody else decided to do the 1 and 2, not just the 100 meter. Asafa can get away with it because Asafa don't run 200 meters. If Usain Bolt has said to himself, 100 meter alone may I run from now on, he would have probably had the record and nothing for Asafa Powell.
Yeah. But I think when Asafa Powell look back at his career, I believe he would think that he underachieved. So
we underachieved. Come on.
So I believe for have the 100 sub 10 is something where you can just put up in the corner and say, well, at least they have this.
Yeah, man, boost the ego.
Yeah.
Hello, it's a sinking ship and him holding on to straw if that's what he believe. Because getting 100 sub 10, 100 meters, me personally, I don't see that as any kind of major accomplishment. Yeah, you did it, but you only run 100 meters.
Fair.
Like I'm not going to use that. Like when we get to the good conversation, and I hope I get invited back to this place, because I want to talk about.
No, man, enough of work, man. Once we keep track and feel sure, man, you're there, man. As long as you send the link.
Oh, hey, I have my notes them ready for that one day, see? Disrespectful. But it's like Elaine, this man, I don't know. Why you never married Elaine, Bridget? I tell you. But anyhow. To me, it's just not anything major that's gonna cement your place for me personally in history. And then to think that them build a statue for this man, I believe not get into that.
Yeah, but that's not like him still. That's somebody else that. But
and I think the artists do it purposefully, because him knows him never deserve it. So him just say, screw me, I broke this in already. Because this one I deserve this in.
Yeah, Albert saying that Asafa turned NBC commentator now. That fit him.
You want to make the transition.
They invited down to Atlanta the other day and he was speaking.
Yeah. But now we're going to switch focus. We have to talk about the 2 guys. Oblique Seville 9.86 and Ackeem Blake 9.92. So now we're going to look at the females, and you know what? I'm going to start it right there. One, Brianna Williams. I said it over and over, that I personally don't think that her current coach can take her to the heights that I expect this girl to go. Now a man tell me from about 2 weeks now saying, can't wait to beat me up and all of that.
Well, no, I didn't say that I can't wait to beat you guys.
Come on, man, it's just exaggeration.
I'll just the camera so we can see your face. We want to hear. Listen, man, people need to see you. We don't want you hide. Talk now. Now is the time to talk. Adjust the camera, please. We need to see your face.
Are you seeing me now, sir?
We're seeing you now. Continue.
All right, listen, man. I'll let you guys talk first, because when I say she need to
you're for it. You said that she must remain, so you must go first and then we debunk you.
All right, so listen, right? Brianna Williams is not even 22 years of age, right? Brianna Williams is 21 right now, probably 2021. Zine, every single year Brianna Williams has touched that track. She has run a personal best every year. So definitely has improved, right? I am looking out there and I'm saying...
With stimulants, but continue.
Huh?
I said, with stimulants in her system, but continue.
Well, that is subjective. You can say still like, I don't know.
Rules
Right?
are rules, sir. If it's a violation, it's a violation. Rules are rules. That's what everybody say when Shakari get busted with weed. Rules are rules, right?
The person who you think is the goat get caught with some stimulants in her system. So hey, if we're gonna be fair, let us be fair. Straight across the board.
You get me, so you win now and then.
All right, so listen. Every single year she has run a personal best. Now let us look at Brianna Williams. Now she came fourth at the Jamaican trials behind the 3 women will come 1, 2, 3 in the Olympics. I can live with that, right? Also, now when we look at, obviously there are some races where we think, all right, damn, probably she can do better here and there. But I think that is nitpicking Atta Bolton. I think Atta Bolton has done a great, fabulous job. I think I have to give her a little bit more time. Give her some maturity before we jump ship from Atta. Because listen, if she wasn't improving every year, then we could have said, oh, boy, she need to change coach. But every single year, Brianna Williams has improved personal best. In other day, what she do? Equal the personal best, 10.97. I think cut her some slack. I'm okay with Brianna doing that. And listen, people who she has been losing to on a quote-unquote regular basis are people who are legitimately faster than her. Like, legitimately. Like, I don't know nobody where, okay, if she go with Steve Francis, she's going to beat these. Absolutely not. I don't think. No, I don't. This is my personal opinion. I don't think so. So this is my thing. I just think that Brianna Williams is fine. I'll give her a couple more years. If indeed I don't see that progression, then all right. But I think right now it's too early to jump ship. And also, when I look on Atta Bolton to Brianna Williams, I think it's more than just a track and field coach. I think it's more of a father figure coach kind of thing. I think him treat her as like him like a daughter. And listen, we can say, oh,
and that have nothing to do with nothing.
No,
that have nothing to do with it.
I'm going to tell you what I have to do with it. I'm going to tell you what I have to do with it, boss.
We really need to buy money on camera standing.
Try this. This is what I have to do with it, boss. Yeah, you understand that in a sports, and you know this, in a sports at times, there is a personal aspect of it that allow you to perform on the track. So your mental space-wise, the personal side have to be okay so you can perform on the track. So let's say she have another coach, a better coach than Atta, but that person don't give her that father figure thing what she's looking for. Her performances can actually get worse, and we're wondering why it get worse. Like these are living proof kind of things. So I just believe that, hey, let us give her some more time. Let me give her until she's 24 and then see what happens. Remember in Australia, we have World 24. Championships this year, World Championships next year, and I believe Olympics after that. Mm-hmm. So there's 3 track and field.
Actually, younger. She's not 21, she's 20.
20?
No, she is 20. Yes, she is 20. Sorry.
Just recently turned 20.
That's even worse to her. 20-year-old and we are pressure.
Wait. All right, let's get into it. She's 20 years. You bring up the age argument.
Yeah.
How old is Shakira Richardson?
Around the same. Well,
Shakira is 22 years old.
Yeah, 22.
So can I use that same argument and say, hey, let's give her some more time to be a world beater?
Absolutely.
She has run 10.75.
Okay.
At 18 or 19, I believe it was. 10.7 when she came out in the senior ranks, right?
All right.
19.
Sure.
Right. Listen to this. Even better than her, Brianna Williams at 15 years old ran 11.13 seconds.
All right.
At 15.
Okay.
5 years ago we're talking about. 11.13. Are you going to sit here and try to convince me that someone who ran 11.13 5 years ago cannot get to 10.8 within 4 years?
All right. Okay. Let me guess. After you're finished. All right. Sure.
In 4 years, you cannot get from 11 point, the best junior we have ever seen as Jamaicans. Right?
Yep.
And she cannot get to 10, at least 10.8. Year after year, this is what I see happening with this young lady. She has a brilliant start. She gets to 60 meters and fades away. Speed endurance. From a novice coach, it seems like a speed endurance issue.
Mm-hmm.
From a fan, I'm going to say she does not have the headspace to compete with the best.
But
you notice that she competes her best, and I tell you, remember, hold on to that point. Whenever she's not facing any kind of strong competition, she got Jamaica College go run go equal our personal best. I don't even know if World Athletics ratified the time yet, because I don't see Ackeem Blake's time on there either, right? So I don't even know if that time got any kind of ratification or it was updated to
Ackeem
World.
Blake time wasn't at JC though. It was
Yeah, he was not. I was just making the point that I don't see, so I'm not sure. Right, so she runs 10.97. A week before, I was it 2 weeks before, she ran 11.2 against the big guns.
Okay.
And consistently, I've seen this pattern. Whenever it comes to the top names lined up against her, she falters.
But
She cannot get up there with the 1-2. She's getting third. Our first year, 1 year in a junior. Last year, she getting fourth. What do I expect to see? She's regressing. She needs to move on. I don't care about the father figure argument. This is a business. This is a job.
No, Adrian. Okay. This is a business for you. That's the thing, it's a business for you. Right? So you can talk about that. But what I'm saying is that we cannot say she's regressing, but every single year.
Yeah, okay. She's not regressing she's not regressing as times are concerned. Okay. Right? However, she has not shown any kind of meaningful improvement, I believe. And it is here, like I said, at 15 years old, she run 11.13.
All right.
We're talking for what? This is 5 years now. This year is 5 years now. And she's barely skating 10.97. Not even 10.9 low, 10.9 high. Taking licks after licks every meet she go. She went to the World Indoor Championship. She was in good form. You know what I mean? She ran a 7:04 personal best. Showed for the final. I mean, it was a close race, but still. You separate yourself. Show your class. She's not showing any kind of class.
Yeah, but Friday, she's 20 though. And I can say Shakari is 22 and been doing this from a long time. But Friday, both you and I know, especially in the track and field space, people mature differently.
They do. And all right. So that argument about the maturity now. Now I have a friend in Florida and he says he watches the training, or he's close to the training somehow. These are rumors. Right? He's saying that from he has been watching her, it seems like she doesn't get enough base training. And it's almost like she's being bulked up too much, or she's not as flexible as she needs to be. The weights are packing on too much pounds for her particular size. I'm not sure how true that is. I don't know visually because I've never seen her in person, but visually on the television, it doesn't seem that way, right? But this is just a rumor I'm hearing. No, if it is true, her training age should be really high, and she does not have 4 more years in the sport. You know what she have? She have this year. That's just those little girls coming up behind her are not going to do her any favors. The Lister, the Kevona Davis, all of them, they're not going to give her no props.
Kevona cannot beat Brianna Williams. No way, no how, no day. No, like my word, from now until the end of track and field when they retire, Kevona Davis will never beat Brianna Williams. Once fit and healthy, Kevona Davis for me will never beat Brianna Williams.
What's your PB?
No, over BB.
We needed 10.9, I believe. I mean 10.8. But
no. She has a ratified PB of 10.95.
Right, better than Brianna Williams.
Kevona PB is 10.95.
Right.
Yeah, but every time I see Kevona and Brianna run, remember say Kevona.
Hold on. Every time I see Brianna run against the big guns.
She came fourth. She came fourth in the world in the Olympic trials. And
yeah,
those are big guns.
Oh, Natasha Morrison.
It doesn't matter though. She made listen. She ran. Remember, Kevona Davis was in her heat, and she brushed that aside really quickly. Remember, the same Kemba Nelson, one of our big up, was in the heat too, and she brushed that in the finals too, and she brushed that aside easily.
Oh, come on now. College season drugs out. You're not showing up to trials to do much. Come on now. We know all these things. You run indoor and outdoor at college. You run in every meet. You only Veronica Campbell is the only one I've seen that actually go through the college season and then have a very successful senior season outdoor. Like Like, really, you're gonna find that. By the time you reach a trials, you're so tired mentally and physically, you're not gonna put out anything on your Bridget.
And what I'm gonna put cross to Kim's as well is that look at the US youth right now. What is his name? Micah Williams or Mickey Williams?
Michael Williams.
That guy is burning up the tracks right now, right? And I bet you that when it comes US trial, that guy not going to beat Curly and those fellas.
No,
But
no.
he's not better than them. Like
He's the fastest American right now.
Yeah. All of that fastest American crap, we can throw that out the door. He's not better than Christian Coleman. He's not better than Fred Curley. He's not better than Trayvon Bramwell. And no stretch of the imagination. He can burn up NCAA track all he wants. He can burn up any track. He's not better than these guys. So we can't just say, okay, this guy run 9.7. Him gonna beat Coleman them. No, I'm sorry, bro. He's just not better than them. I think these guys are much better athletes than them. Same how I think Brenna Williams is a much better athlete than Kevon Davis. I just believe that. Yeah.
1095 personal best, legal 0.9 wind.
Yep.
When you run that? When?
This year, May 14, just the other day, a month ago.
May 14.
Yes. Oh, you look for your bet now. You say, wow, bet look like it's shake, you know.
Guess what's the thing that teams are looking at? Remember that if you look at Kevona right now, Kevona farm is all over the place, brother. And if her farm is all over the place and she's running 10.95, if she can get a coach that can start out that, what do you think about?
Yes, her arm action is terrible.
Yep. But if you change our style now, she's been doing well with our style. You go ahead and you change our style now. It may change her ability to run fast as how she has been. You guys ever think of that?
Yes.
Yeah, I disagree. Here's why. It's a physics to the thing. Like you cannot go wrong using proper mechanics.
I get that. I do agree with you can't go wrong with using proper body mechanics.
So,
but after
corrections, it would just be her getting comfortable with the proper mechanics after that, and then she'll shoot.
All right, make us see now. But them said she have a weird instep something going on with her.
That is what I was talking about.
What's that?
Yeah, her foot kind of turn like this way. If you notice when she run, her foot them turn away home.
Kevon are not making that plane to Oregon. She's not.
I wasn't just talking about her arm action in the Adrian. When you look at her feet as well.
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah.
It's like you know that
yeah, she have a duck run.
I remember when Sachin normal run at champs. That man run like a crab. It's something similar, right? But only thing is that her feet are like this.
Yeah. She have a weird posture.
Yeah, let's not also forget that she ran 22.26 in the 200 meter as well.
Well, she can go back to the 200 meter runners, them, the Elaine and the Sherika Jackson. And
what's Brianna's first PR in the 200?
I never said Brianna's.
We want to slow down between Elaine and when I look at Bahamian one the name Shawnee Miller Weaver. Yeah, man.
You know what? You know the 400?
No, the two.
Shawnee not ready for Elaine.
Shawnee's not in proper form this year. I don't think.
Yeah, it look like she.
Well,
she and her husband get too busy right now. Based on
you in the people them sex life.
No, I'm just listen. All right.
You went up in the people them sex life. Bad.
No, this is the first season. Mr. Shawnee run so much race and I lose. First time. Last season, she win everything. Diamond League, everything. Season before, this is the first season where I actually see people are beat her convincingly.
That brings me to a question.
She come off a long season still.
Longer season. Everybody, longer season than who exactly? I don't know. Everybody had the same. I think everybody have the same length and the same preparation and all that. And Shawnee, she preparing in the United States, if I'm not mistaken. That is where she, and remember Jamaica did kind of lock down away and Jamaica couldn't perform, couldn't compete and all of that. And, the GOAT, still managed to do what she did at the Olympics.
Good point.
You know what? I still want to flip you off. I'm going to forget some of that on camera. You and your damn Elaine
Hold on. So are you?
Elaine having false teeth?
False teeth. You mean
I
Brit?
don't.
She smile, her teeth them look false. I'm not lie to you. Look
Teeth
how when she
whitening,
smile,
man.
like her top teeth them look
Teeth
like
whitening.
They're
Shelly
clean.
dentures.
They're clean and white. Clean and white.
Teeth whitening, man.
Hey,
But
listen.
Come on,
Kim, so
man.
I'm
That's
glad
the
you brought
care
it
of
up.
thing.
Let me
I'm glad
ask
you
you.
brought up Shani. Reason being,
Uh,
you realize that in the 400 meter this season, you realize that it's the dominant girl, Paulina,
Yep.
that has been the dominant person in it. So you're correct when you said that when you look at how she has gone about this season, it's the first we're actually seeing Shani taking so much beating. And it's not
Yep.
just in the 400, it's also in the 200.
Yep.
And the fact of it is that she has been beaten convincingly.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. And she gonna run another race tomorrow, and that's another beating as well. But
Of course, hell.
But me I wonder if it's a ploy.
Could it be a case that she was hurt and she's recovering from that injury?
true.
And
But
the next question is, do you think, because I noticed in track and field, it's not publicized a lot, at all, really. If an athlete is hurt, like a lot of people don't hear about it until they say, hey, what's such and such, and then miss, and then, oh, it hurt. But for the interest of the fan, do you think they should start coming out and saying, yes, we are hurt, or, you know what I mean? Put it out there. So we don't have to wonder. So, you know what I mean? And even that is some of the critics, because if I know that you pick up an injury and you know you're training now quite well, I'm not gonna beat you as hard as I beat somebody who's day in, day out there.
No, because really and truly with them shouldn't even listen to the critics at all.
No, wait a minute. We pay them bills. They should need to listen to us.
yeah, no,
Fans pay the bills.
yeah, Felicia, it's really easy, when you think about it, it's easy to say ignore the critics, but like, when you're up on social media, like for example, like a Bailey Cole. Bailey Cole is a man who will sit down and read every single comment of people make, just sit down and read the comments and listen.
Bailey Cole is a girl. It's a little girl.
Whoa!
Listen.
Really?
The man come like a little big girl.
I believe when you are not as successful as you try to be or want to be, I think that is when the critics creep in.
Yeah, bro, because he has all the time on his hands. This man is, most time he's injured.
Coming in worse than when name they would go up on TV and ball.
Who that?
I don't want to part in that conversation. I know who she's talking.
Who went on TV and cried?
Don't worry about it. I don't want to
Worry yourself.
It was the year they were complaining about the treatment that they were receiving at the Olympics and how they had to work hard and they're not getting help. People spoke to me.
Let me ask you a question, those Stridex. This fella, Omar McLeod. I don't know if you're a fan of him. But,
Crybaby.
Huh?
Is that a crybaby? No,
what you think about him just as an overall talent? And you talk about Brianna Williams and her mental makeup. I think mentally this is probably one of the weaker male athletes that we have representing Jamaica. That's just what me think.
Let me tell you, that man has immense talent. Like ridiculously good, great talent. Not even great talent. But you see, it goes hand in hand with a killer instinct attitude, a toughness about you. And he does that. I don't see. And I see something the other day when him race Parchment. He was running fine up until about the 6th hurdle there about. Party pull next to him and then him start. Oh, kind of foolishness. Remind me of Danny Williams, right? And pull up beside him and start do all kind of foolishness. Lick about 3 hurdles going in, finish second.
He loses his composure. He
Right.
does. He loses his composure, and then when he loses his composure, it's like the whole race is done for him. Start hitting hurdles, and he can't come back from that.
And we're talking about the Olympic and world champion, so it's kind of shocking. But I think it's starting to creep in once the rest of the world catch up with him. It's starting to show more that he doesn't handle pressure very well.
And I think also Stridex, when it comes to I think when he goes into a race, and I think a lot of athletes do this, but when you go into a race, for example, him going a race with Grant Holloway, right? And Grant Holloway, especially if Grant Holloway they're beside him, You know, Grant Holloway love him like antics and him put up him hand and him high knees and him do everything. I think that already kind of make you feel a little bit small. And I think Omar is quick and as you say, him have talent, but I don't think he's a great hurdler. Right? I don't think he get over the hurdles smooth. Like I think Parchment get over the hurdles nice and smooth.
Right.
I think Holloway.
You know, so if you look at how he has run right throughout his entire career, it is speed that has always won him these races. Because if you look at it, normally we talk about people in hurdles having flawless technique and all that. This guy always tends to hit hurdles. And one thing that I want to point out as well is that if you look at what he has done over the years, could it also be a case that it's because of the switching of camps? This minute is here, next minute is there. So constantly over and over, you have a different person in your ear telling you how to hurdle and all of that. Could that be a factor as to why he's not the way he is?
May I be honest? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. But I think that, I don't think something needs to be done. But I think he has to be okay if he's not the best. I think he has to be okay. I mean, obviously, as Tridex said earlier, everybody want to win. But sometimes when we go in our race, we know people better than we. Sometimes when we're at school and we're in a class, we know we're not the smartest. Like, there are certain things where we know as humans. But I think Omar, for some way, somehow, I think he has also an entitlement issue. Like, you never met the Olympic team, but somewhere, somehow, you want somebody who make the team to give up them space to give to you.
Yeah, and not to point it out in the case because it's mental. Why? I said that. Remember when Holloway ran the 12.8?
So
came out and he said that he can go that time, right? So he have it in his mind that hey, I need to run this time. So you see, constantly having that on your mind and not focusing on your race itself, that I got throw you off, brother. So, Stradix, I'm going to ask you the question about these games. Do you think that the switching of camps over and over because he's gone to at least different coach he has changed since
leave Tumbleweed, you know?
No, he's not at Tumbleweed anymore. I think he's training with Parchment now.
Well, them say if you can't beat them, join them. So,
well, I don't know. I don't know what to make of that, but it can be comforting because every year you're switching up. You have to learn a new routine because not every coach do it the same, and you have to give up. So I think it's kind of a setback in terms of just being stable and gaining a continuity on your program and workouts and stuff like that. You don't want to, nothing's going to be predictable in any program, but at the same time, you want to have some consistency and jumping camp to camp. What that says to me is that he's not getting along with his teammates. That's why I take from. I could be wrong, but it seems to me like his training group is not getting along with them.
Training group or the coach.
Or the coach. So it goes back to the entitlement attitude. Yeah. I'm here. I need to be number one or me first. It's not a good look overall. It's not.
All right. So next person I want to look at in the 400 meter. Do you think that we have a legitimate chance? That's female, obviously. Not talking about the mates because they're not going to work. But on the female side, Cherokee Young has run on the 52nd this year as well. Yeah, she has run a 40.
Before we go to Salwa, she get banned or what's going on with her?
I'm not glad that no man.
I believe she's on the. I think she got 2 years, and this might be the second year.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is her second year because she missed the Olympics. That was year one, and this is her second year. So she will be back next year. But I don't think she'll be the same. I think the field has improved. So I think the field kind of passed her right now. So she coming back. As I say, she changed her identity.
Bleaching cream.
She permanent.
Bleaching cream, man.
The hair, and everything. So she's on a different mission right now.
That's definitely pill. That can't be bleaching cream.
Bruh. It fit her though.
Yes, man. She look way better than before, brother. She look on her right now. I would look at her.
It fit her now.
Homegirl was blue before, and now homegirl is caramel. Okay.
Yeah. But in terms of the 400, listen, Stridic said earlier about these college athletes running the circuit. He did the circuit, so he can tell you. Them can run fast times now. Coming to the trials, I don't
It's
know.
gonna be dicey. It's gonna be real dicey, especially since our best two are in college right now. I personally, from just a medals standpoint, which is a fun view. I think they, if I was the coach of the national team and it could have played out like this, I'd have tell them, hey, skip the flat 400 meter. Just let's focus on the 4x4. We have a legitimate chance of winning the 4x4.
I
And with
don't
those two fresh for
to
the
win the
4x4,
4x4.
yes.
No sir, no sir. We can't win that.
What's Mohammed done so far?
What did she? She never do much last year until it was time for Olympics come around. She started her season late
Right.
because she was sick and then she got COVID, right? But listen, I think the United States have so many runners that them can put. I just don't see Jamaica beating them unless them drop the button. Like if them put Sydney, if them put a thing more, if them like they have too many top talents over there, and I don't think Jamaica has not the talent, but I don't think they have the heart, to compete against. Like we have our best 400 right now outside of college is Stephanie McPherson, right? And I just don't, she remind me.
And even she have a little attitude problem too, After the Olympics last year.
Yeah. I don't
she had
know.
A little stunt with the pool.
She said she was hurt, right?
Was that it? I'm not sure. I'm not remembering correctly.
Yeah, she said.
Yeah, she said it, man. She said it.
She said she was hurt, and this is another thing for me with at least like this, because she came out and she said, hey, she's finally getting individual attention. That's what she said. All her years of doing track and field, she's never gotten individual attention at her camp. She said she was finally getting individual attention, and she's going to run 49, 40, all them brilliant times that she tells us. And then coming into the Olympics, obviously I think it was the heats or the semi. One of them races she had ran very well, and I'm saying, okay.
Both of them, especially the semi, she cruised in the semi and shut it down. 49-20 or 49-30.
Yeah, something to look forward in the finals, and then she just never bring it. It reminded me of, when we move forward, probably Stradix Spring, but no, it reminded me of Natalia Gould.
I was going to say it,
it's Natalia Gould. Listen, I can't express enough disappointment in the athlete, and it's not because I don't think that she has the talent. Again, I think this is probably a mental aspect of things.
Facts.
Because me watching her do the 800 meters, I can't think that there's a qualified coach out there who would tell her to run the 800 meters like that, how she has been running it every single time. I just can't see it, right?
She's been coached by Leonard Graham, right? At Clemson.
Yes. And that man pedigree is as good as it gets, right? So, when I'm looking at a Natalia Gould and, I heard that, okay, then she's the next one. When she run the semifinals, absolutely stunning. When it's the finals now, 7th place, 8th place, 9th place.
I have a word for that. I have a word for athletes like that here. And I want you guys to start using the gas bag. You understand? When time come to perform, them don't show the gas bag them. Yeah, man. Some of them even gas station. Bigger than gas bag.
Like we look at all these athletes, and I'm looking at the World Championships, and there's a place some actually like Itaki for Oregon. Some say, we must go. But I'm looking at the Jamaican athletes right now, and I'm saying, how much medal Jamaica really, realistically?
I'm gonna get there, man.
I gonna really do anything? I don't know. Probably 6.
And talking about Natalia, I hope that Christian Garden can come blow our way in the 800 because Christian's more fight.
Yeah, Christian, that's a healthy surprise. Christian Garden, that was awesome. That was awesome. I never know she had it in that. I never call her.
We need to learn how to run our own races, though.
That will never.
That's
happen.
our problem. It's every single time she go out there, she try to go. Like even at the Olympics, she try to go out with a team one who's a team is a whole different breed and a whole different freaking class.
Generational athlete, yeah. I think her energy system is just off the charts.
She's ridiculous. And then that you can't keep up with that. And then you start buff around her back like goddamn bird. Like, yeah.
Well, I can say this much. I know two persons that are going to medal at World Champs already. So she probably be fighting for the bronze because Mo will definitely win that race. And then
Mo
the
would
person that is
definitely win.
Keely Hodgkinson, that girl is just super talented as well.
Mo in our class by herself.
Listen,
Yeah,
and
but I'm saying, right, you have Mo up here, then you have
Yeah.
Hodgkinson right here, and then
Come
everybody
on,
else.
no, but then
Mo
you
lean her
know,
up her pens again too, you know. Mo lean her up nice and clean her pens again too, you know.
yep, yep, I saw that. But also, let us not forget about Wilson. You know, Wilson is
Aji.
running. Yeah, she's running. She's
Aji
rounding
cannot beat
into.
Hodgkinson.
Huh?
Aji cannot beat Hodgkinson.
Well, Gould can't beat Wilson.
There you have it.
So and I'm not saying she can't beat her because she's not better. I'm not saying she can't beat her because she's not training well. I just think when it comes to a final, I think I just don't think that Gould execute. How our coach want to execute. Like those.
Exactly.
Like those kids where your parents have to tell you the same thing over and over and over. You still not do it, them tell you over. That's a goal to me, And as an athlete, I look at and I just want her to win a medal, a big Olympic medal, a world champs medal. But time is running out.
Yes,
And
sir.
while she start regressing, all of these athletes coming up. I think more. Remember, Gould touch the scene before these athletes, and these athletes really come surpass her. And it can go back to Adrian's point where you say, hey, there comes a point, I guess, where you're just stuck at a certain level. No matter how hard you train, no matter what you do, you just can't pass this up. And, probably as fans, we have to be able to live with that for just not say, this is this athlete, this is all them are going to give me, and we just have to step that.
But see, that's the point that athletes missing. When fans see these things, they're not going to just give you an easy pass. They're going to beat you. So you need to know when to walk away from the table. They're going to beat you and give it to you. Especially Jamaican fans, especially me. Because now it's sweeter being a fan than anything else. I wonder what people used to say about me when I was an athlete. But anyway.
You're just
So this is the
terrible.
person that I'm talking about.
Okay.
And there it is that you're on the PB behind Mo at Olympics. There it is.
Yeah, man, she was really good at the Olympics.
And check her age.
Yeah, she's 18 too, right?
20.
Yeah, she's not
20? She's 20?
Yeah, she's 20. And goal closer to 40 than this girl closer to 30. Close to 30. So,
Hey, I feel sorry because she had a track and field group and every day people talk about her.
Come on, Kish, man. Come on, Kish. Who you want? Javon Francis. Come on, Kish. I don't want to see Javon Francis. I don't want to see Ackeem Bloomfield. Chris Taylor, I see my try. But I think that last year that Chris Taylor ran at Calabar, I think it was absolutely senseless. But I know champs is a big thing for these athletes, but I think, and Stridex, you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think the last year when I ran for Calabar, I think that set him back 2 years.
Facts.
Like the man run, like the 400, the man run injured.
No, not even the 400. Coming into the championship, the man was injured.
Yeah, he was injured from a track meet before.
Correct.
Right? And the man said, "Oh, as the track team captain, I have to lead from the front. Like leading from the front, don't always be say you have to go out there and be an idiot.
You don't always have to lead from the front.
Then again, though, Kems, then again, it was clear as daylight that Casey was going to win that champ, so there was no reason for you to run.
Yeah,
it was clear.
Listen, I understand the competitive side of things, but you see, if it was another athlete who are gonna run, we know say, boy, this man have the future in a track and field. We say, all right, go on with your team. But Chris Taylor is like one of them rare gems there. You remind me.
Yeah.
You remind me of a Jermaine Gonzalez in a little space. Like I think Jermaine Gonzalez would have been good if Bolt never string him up at champs. I think
if he wasn't hurt, and first of all, he would not have lost that 400 meter that day. Stop it.
No.
He was prone to injury.
I don't think
Jermaine Gonzalez was prone to injury, and that was his problem why I'm never materialized on the Tingler stage.
True. But that 400, there's nothing Jermaine could have done for beat Bolt. Unless
No. I did have my money on Jermaine.
Listen, You can talk to Bolt.
Jeremy
You
was
can
a
talk
better
to Bolt
athlete
about
than
that.
he was in the
Jeremy
400
brought
to
that
me.
up to the stage.
Kadia, this Felicia, tell the man, Virgin, listen, we grew up with these athletes.
All right.
There's no way he's losing to Usain Bolt at champs that day if he wasn't hurt.
If him never hurt, man, the man there lead him up all
His
season,
very
man.
part of his race is when he hit that 150-meter tape.
Yes, man.
I
The
believe
man
there's a
open up.
train coming.
The man open up, man. Trust and believe. The man
Why do you
open
think,
up.
if you've seen the race, why do you think Usain was looking back constantly, wondering where him there? Because he know that's his better part of the race.
Absolutely. But
No, if he hadn't gotten hurt, I believe he would have won the race. It would have been a different conversation.
well,
I agree with that.
Well,
Probably both drop the 400 from that day there and focus on the one. That's it.
Like I see Chris Taylor running, and listen, again, he's running first place, second place, but the times that he's running, they're not flattering.
The man needs
You think you need to switch to the 100 or the 2?
200. Leave the 4 bills alone.
I think he can. So I think it's kind of a thing where he might run some more 400, get stronger, and then probably do a little Fred Curley switch or the Usain Bolt switch, and then go to the 1-2. But I think the 400, I was even thinking of Michael Norman doing that switch, but so Michael Norman come run 43 at the area.
Head case, Michael Norman, another head case.
Yeah, he's another one where that man, I don't know, when the man breaks from the stage.
Remind me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Taylor have 10-1 PB in the 100?
Yes, equals the national junior record.
So
and they get up and run 10-1 again too.
And this
I
man
don't know how much more signs the universe. I don't know how much more signs the universe need to show this man. Listen, stop running the 400 meter. That is not where your bread and butter is going to come from. You just get up and run 10-1 like that. Like I doubt if he was even doing box training or even anything remotely close to 100, 200 training. He can just do that. Come on, man.
But that was also pre-injury. That was before he got hurt.
True.
That was also, like, as I said, I think that...
No, but the other day he did 10-1 on the other day.
Oh, just the other day?
Yeah.
I also think him height beat him a lot too, with these athletes. I think him height, like in the 400...
must leave the 400 alone.
Yeah, in the 400, him height, him shorter to the rest of man them where come through. So I agree with him switching to the 2 and making that in bread and butter. I mean, he's done a great PR in the 100 when they run the 10-1. I haven't seen him in another 100 since then. But I think if him stick with the 2, he might get a little bit better results.
I was gonna say, if you wanna make Italian man come win that 100 meter, I think anybody can win it. I never listen.
You disrespect the whole of Italy right now.
Listen, I never hear about that man in my entire life, brother. I never until that time. Everybody has said, okay, they must say Ronnie Baker go win, Fred Curley go win, Andre De Grassa go win. Nobody picked that Italian guy for win.
And guess what, James? You know that around 2 years before that, it was Tartu that was the better Italian, and the man just blew past Tartu like he wasn't even there.
People were suspecting that he was on something because after that Olympics, the man just shut down the season right away. Shut it down. Nothing else.
But you know why we can disqualify that argument though? There's outer competition testing and random testing, so I'm sure they would have tested him.
And they did it after.
Yeah. But Shirley, so help me understand this. Why is it that, all right, for example, let us talk about like a Nesta Carter, all right? Mm-hmm. When they ran the world record that time, wasn't Nesta Carter tested at that point or not?
I'm not certain.
Because if he was tested, after them broke the world record, then wouldn't that? How did they find out that the quote unquote is, I think it's B sample or whatever was? Mm-hmm. Yeah, him did a tech, performance enhancing. How, like, that's what I try to understand with the whole testing period, because if after you run a race or before you run a race, you get tested, but then a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, you remember during this period of time we'll find this. Like I just never understand the process. So I don't know if you can explain it. I don't know if you know it per se, but like I just can never understand. For example, Marianne Jones as well. Marianne Jones has been dominating the sport for so long. I'm sure she got tested many times. But then,
All
all of
jogs
a
me.
sudden now, huh?
That's an old jogs mule, but continue.
Yeah, but then way down the line now, we hear say, okay, during this time we're going to take back all our medals because so I want to know how them track it back to a particular time. Like I do not know personally.
I have to research his case. His case was very weird. It's almost as if when he did what he did, a particular drug was a particular supplement or whatever wasn't on the list, but then it came on the list. It was a weird case. I would have to revisit it. I would have to revisit it. I want to know the subject. How come nobody talking about Omanyala and his 14-month drug ban that he had gotten 2 years ago?
Who?
Omanyala, the Kenyan.
Which country that man run for?
The Kenyan run 985 and we don't see him since.
No,
And
man,
nobody talked
he has
about
run
him
since,
getting his
man.
14-month ban 2 years ago.
No, man. Adrian, he has run since, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, ran since here and beat Curly, ran 9.85 in the same meet that Shelly ran the 10.6. He ran at that meet and beat Curly. He ran 9.85.
Right. I don't know. That athlete sketchy to me. Very sketchy.
That man will perform good when it comes down to down that side there.
985 in a 2.0 win, him not beating Seville.
I agree.
Him not beating Seville. I just don't see it. I just don't see America having like the Bromwell coming on kicking up a storm. A win they did 975. Like understand that in 986 was in a 0.02 win.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody else has been getting hurricane behind him all year. And this man is the second fastest in the world in the legal win. But it was basically dead win.
That he was slowing down.
Right. And we're talking about Glenn Mills, who definitely not going to peak if you're one race. So he's not hit peak performance yet. Yeah, that's where I'm going.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to make a bold call. And I think before the season, if he remains healthy, I'm seeing a 9.6.
9.6?
Yeah.
I was thinking more like 9.74.
The reason I said that, I think that I remember that they have him to win. In order for anybody to win this, they have to be running 9.6. Remember that it will be in Oregon.
You mean, okay, given the assistance from the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite possibly.
And the spikes.
All of that.
New spikes and everything, yeah.
The new spikes and everything.
But another athlete, female side, Brittany Anderson. Think she can medal this year?
The hurdler?
12.5 season best, yeah.
I think
I know that she's not beating Camacho Quinn now because
Camacho Quinn is in our league by herself right about now. But I think if Anderson
really, or is it the fact that she hasn't been tested? Like no one's pushed her, not tested as in drug tested, but no one's really pushed her.
Yeah, the only person that actually can do it is just hit and miss.
Yes, I agree with that, Lavon.
Kendra.
It's a hit and miss with her. She's a superb athlete. I think she's a very superb athlete, Camacho Quinn. She's done her years where, remember, so she did fall. Was it one Olympics where she did fall out? And, the next year, it was the other year to come back. I don't think she did make Worlds.
Nope.
The next year after that. And then, it's like she stayed in the lab. I can give her props because she never give up. So I think she's in a league by herself this year. And if she run or compose race as she's been doing, to make nobody get in her head, she will definitely hold our number one spot. I do think Brittany Anderson can medal as well. Brittany Anderson just have to keep her composure also. I like Tapa, but Tapa, her lead style is really wild. I'm gonna say she get not now Worlds if these girls keep progressing the way they're progressing. I'd love to see Ant's medal.
Take your mind off of that.
Ants have a mental problem as well.
That will not happen.
Take your mind off of that.
Ants have a
Not even
mental
a
problem
minute.
as well, where it's like she gets out good and the first couple of hurdles, and then it's like when somebody start walk upon her, then she lose her composure. She's like a McLeod.
Strike me as another entitled athlete. You remember the year when she first started? The man who
Yep.
was starting that race, I know him personally, and the man looked at me and said she did false start.
She did. It was
She
clear,
did
man.
false start. And he
But-
walk up part of the thing. Typical Jamaican.
I'm trying to remember I'm trying to remember next female in the hurdles as well. She normally go to I think it was Excelsior. She has been doing well for herself as well, and I think she can probably make the team as well.
Oh, we are talk Shakari girlfriend. No,
They make sure
where did she
Roswell.
go?
What the hell?
Roswell?
No, man, Brownsville used to go to Veer.
Okay.
No, me they think a Shakari girlfriend, mister, but I
That's
wouldn't
not,
want
not, not about Janet Brown. Janet Brown chat day is over.
Oh my God. Don't
I'm
kill.
trying to remember her name. She was actually the captain of Excelsior as well. Damn.
I don't know. Excelsior's put out some good hurdlers. Excelsior and Jago always have put out good hurdlers. Where Kamar gone?
Must go and be.
But
Gee.
any other surprises that we're looking for in terms of any athlete that we have seen otherwise, any event?
No.
I really not. I don't see any. I don't think there's gonna be any major surprise. I think everything is
Well,
gonna.
Eugene is the person I'm trying to remember.
Touch the long jump there. What going in on the long jump?
Long time I see Tajay Gill still in there.
See him run 100 meter the other day. Run about 10-3 or 10-4.
But yeah,
did
Akira
he-
Nugent is the person I'm trying to remember.
Ah, okay.
Oh, Nugent not hurt.
And yeah, I
Yes.
believe she is hurt. Yeah.
He is hurt. Nugent is hurt. There's something that came out the other day about Nugent being hurt.
Yeah.
So I think she's not going to be at trials. But on the long jump side, yo, Stratix, your girl will come back? Bowie? Tori Bowie?
No,
Yep.
our track and field date is done.
Yeah.
She's coming back, man. She said
I
that
thought
she's
she was
coming
trying
back
to
to
make
win.
a comeback this year.
Our track and field days is done. That's it. Done and dusted. She needs to come see me. That's what she needs to do.
Either
Aye.
way,
Me
either
will
way,
help more
either way
fight
she
her.
can win. She can't win
You know-
either way.
You
Say
need
again?
help more fight her.
You said she can't win. I mean, there's nothing out there for her. Like, she's had her time. It's a very troubled athlete, from like just from some in circles. Like, it seems like she can't get along with people. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Sounds like Kim's wifey.
Toxic. Huh?
But in the in the long jump right now, man, me and boy have that luck, man.
Mm.
When
But
On
people
the female side. On the female side, who y'all thinking of? I know for us we don't have nobody in on the long jump. And then Kimberly, I think she needs to put it down now
I
for
agree.
the triple. I think she's done her year. She's done us well. I appreciate our time, but I think it's time to wrap it up. Call it a
Who
goal.
that?
Kimberly
Kimberly.
Williams.
Williams.
Oh. Yeah, she can clap it off, man.
World record this year again in that event.
Huh?
Our world record will be jumped in that event this year again.
The triple.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
girl.
Ross fella is just out of this world.
She done a drum since season start.
Yeah, man. Indoors and she jump 15.93 indoors.
These people
My gosh, that's big.
are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what happened to the other one with train with her? I think she trained with her husband.
Yeah, man. She
Ricketts.
can get the silver. Shanika Ricketts.
She's another Natalia Bull.
You think so? No, come
Didn't she
on.
medal?
Medal way.
No,
Ricketts?
man. You know what? I agree. Want to beat me. You can't tell me say you're second best all season long and then come a finals, come jump fourth. Let's remember now, man. She want to beat me.
Hey, come on. Like she couldn't, and this is the thing. Even when she needed a big
She was
power
second
jump,
in Doha. She got a silver medal in Doha.
but what did she do in the Olympics? She was number 2
Tokyo.
in the world all year long.
Entire season.
The entire season. I didn't know you're coming and jump fourth. I ain't not even a close fourth. It's like a distant fourth.
Well, if you're refusing to beat Brianna Williams, I'm not going to beat her.
All right.
I'm not going to beat her because she's fresh off the mud.
Listen, as soon
Let me give her time, please.
I hope this is Shelly-Ann Fraser's last year. When these people are, Shelly-Ann need to, excuse so somebody else can come up. So then it would be Elaine, Shericka Jackson, and Brianna Williams.
I think Brianna needs to change coach.
Yeah, we talk about that, So if you want to come join the crew, why should they change coach?
She just not progressed. You're stuck like Stridex says stuck with she was stuck. I'm gonna see she's gonna further with Ottoman. I'm gonna see she's gonna further.
All right. Let me ask you a question, Felicia. What high school you used to go?
Meadowbrook Andrews.
Huh?
Meadowbrook Andrews.
All right. So let's say St. Andrew. Let's say you were a C student, right? And then a teacher take you up, and every time this teacher teach you, you have an A.
Fire the teacher. Huh? Answer. Fire the teacher. Continue.
Are you going to say, okay, goodbye to the teacher? Like, listen, every time this man coach Brianna, every year Brianna run a personal best. Like, we have to credit that to something. But
are we willing to sit and take 0.02 every year? That is the question I'm asking you.
That's
the kind of implementation. Every year is like incremental. Like, no, you're on 11-1 as a 15-year-old. You should have the 10-8 already.
All right, so let me ask you, if Brianna make the team to represent Jamaica in the individual, I can remember four runners.
She not make it.
And that's the only reason why she'll make it. Because there's 4 spots.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Shericka run 10-7, Elaine 10-5, Shelly 10-6. What you want Brianna to do? Even if she run 10-8, she's still a
beat Shericka. No, you should have been. You shouldn't have had anyone squeeze you out of the 3rd spot. Since you finished 3rd at Charles, why was it? 2018? She finished 3rd at Charles 2018. Anyhow, the year when she was still a junior, she come to trial, finished 3rd. She should have improved enough where no one should separate her from them two. At the very least, those 2 are the only ones that should have been ahead of her.
But listen, remember, Shericka wasn't running the 100 meter, so we don't know if Shericka was already faster than her because Shericka never ran the 100. I think Shericka is more talented than Brianna. I think she is. Like, it's all right. I will agree with Uno if, let's see, what's her name there? Kemba Nelson come beat her, Kevona Davis come beat her. If we see the twins them come up and beat her, then we'll be like, all right, time to go. But like the people, as I said before, the persons who are beating Brianna are the persons who are supposed to beat her.
So I'll ask you a question.
When I see the twins them last race the other day, Jubilee.
Yeah, man, the twin them tired, man.
Yeah, one of them look like her heart just not unite no more. Like she just got through the motion.
She hasn't been in it. They said that it is her sister and her mom who is still convincing her to do it because she don't like training at all.
She tired forget.
And actually, she was the better of the twins initially.
Which one that? Tia?
Tia was the better one.
Tia was better at 1 point. But
I think Tia have an attitude problem.
They said she don't like tracks, and it is said that she doesn't like tracks.
With that kind of talent, you don't like track and field. So what she want to do with her life?
Good question.
There are other things.
A lot of people are saying that it's probably the mom that is pushing them because the mom wanted to be a track athlete and never materialized. So
the mom is trying to live vicariously through them. But I'm curious, why? What if she don't like track and field? What is she trying to do? Because she needs to be a lead shooter or a doctor. I want to know. I'm curious about that now. But if I can backtrack a little bit, Kim said it's time for Shelly to go pack it up, right?
Yeah.
I think she need to pull a Merlin Natty and run just for spite. But
Yo, you know I
keep on
hate you.
being there every year.
Oh my
But
God, I hate you.
here's something interesting, and I had this discussion with a friend the other day, and kind of, let me be
Who,
very
Curly?
careful with my
Fred
words.
Curly?
Hold on. No. Let me be very careful with my words, right? So Shelly is 35 years old, right?
Yeah.
At 34-year-old, she ran her career peak to date. We have never in track and field seen such a big performance at such a late stage in your career. Now I hear Stephen Francis one time that she has mastered taking care of her body or what this, that, and the other. But even like let's use other sports out there. We have the Tom Brady, he's a vegan, right? We know that. But football, he gets a lot of protection in football. So let's remove him from the conversation. Not a Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Still doing it at the highest level to some considerable degree. But we're not seeing career numbers from a Cristiano Ronaldo. We're not seeing career numbers from a Lionel. In track and field.
I don't think it's a good correlation, though.
Say it again.
I don't think it's a good correlation because remember that if you look at art, you draw for Cristiano, right? Remember that he has to play what 30 games or something like that, right?
Right.
Along with the training. While
Right.
in track and field now, what Shelly did was a one-off race. It wasn't 200 runs or anything of that sort. One-off race, PB.
But still, you have to train for that. You still
Yeah,
have
but
to,
what I'm
we're
saying is
talking
that
about
with football, you have to train for that as well.
What else has tried it is if all of these athletes of the past had the same technology, had the same nutrition, had the same knowledge that we have now, I think it will be the exact same thing. I just think Shelly is a beneficiary, and I mean, no fault of their own. I just think she's a beneficiary of improved technology, improved nutrition, and improved coaching. She is very talented. I think she's a great athlete, but let us not act
so
like.
then, So then what happened to the athletes that came up with Shelly through the ranks?
Well,
they were in the same era, but they didn't progress like she has progressed.
All right, give me an
even
athlete.
better talent. Let's Sharon Simpson.
I don't think Sharon Simpson.
She was like 1 or 2 years ahead of Shelly, I believe.
1 or 2. Sharon Simpson
was it 1 or 2 or something like that? No.
Long time Sharon left chat.
Yeah. But I felt like, why didn't Sharon continue to have that kind of longevity and a career? Hitting. Here's my issue. You're hitting a career peak long after most people in history would have retired.
Well,
you know that Shelly has almost 30 run under 10.80 almost 30 times already in her career. She has never run a finals and run slower than 10.80. That's after rounds we're talking about.
All right.
And this is 32, 33, 34, no 35. That the strike you has odd? Anyone? No?
Well, again, apart from, the improved thing and so, I think the athlete is very dedicated to her craft. We can't take that from her. Obviously, I think she's a great athlete as well, right? So I think the heights. There's not even a but. I think the heights that Shelly. I think the heights that Shelly is able to get to. I don't think Sharon Simpson ever had that ceiling. I just don't think she ever had it.
Agree.
Okay.
I don't think that even Karen Stewart ever had that ceiling. I think
definitely not Karen. I know that.
I think Vernica was close, but Vernica just had a ceiling. Vernica was a fighter, a warrior. She trained hard. She tried her best. She tried to represent the country. But again, as you said earlier, there is a cap that every athlete have, and only a minute amount of athletes can burst through that cap.
It don't seem like Shelly has hit that ceiling yet at 35 years old because she still run 10.6 this year.
Well, she said that. Well, she
Which
said
part
that.
of
I
ceiling?
remember she ran 10.6 in high altitude, boss, and when we adjust it, it was 10.6. So let us ensure so we are telling the people the right.
Hold on a second.
Uh-huh.
How old was Bridget Foster Hilton when she won?
Yeah.
It was like 30, close to 40.
No.
Yep.
Well,
Yes, she was close to 40.
I think she was 37 when she won.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere around that stuff.
Where she get lucky. It was 2009 in Berlin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
2009. She's 47 right now.
All right. So
She's
she was
47.
yeah, she was low 30s. Low 30s when she won.
around 35 thereabouts.
What you say she had to, you know?
She's coaching
tennis.
She played tennis.
Bridget Foster
played tennis. Yes, I knew she was doing something else. She always wanted to learn
Hold
the
on.
sport.
Who coached Parchment?
She.
I think it's Shelly coaching her. No,
isn't it Bridget Foster?
Parchment, no. Ronald Levy, yeah.
Oh, she coached Ronald Levy. Because I know she coached one of these hurdlers.
Ronald Levy, them man.
Yeah, I know she coached one of these hurdlers. So
I didn't like her as an athlete because her attitude is stink. Mrs. She back off one picnic and stadium one time, you know.
Yeah, I experienced her before.
Yeah, man.
Just talk to her like I wouldn't talk to her.
Yeah,
my temperament is not there.
Look, you go up to her for your autograph and she, but get away from me, you don't see I'm training. Get away.
I wouldn't talk to Shelly either. I think Shelly is a PR individual, a person who
I wouldn't talk to Elaine either.
I mean,
yeah, she don't want to talk to you.
Huh?
Yeah, she don't want to talk to you.
She don't want to talk to you.
Shelly cool, you know.
Shelly cool
From
woman.
high school days, Shelly cool.
Woman. Shelly cool one.
Shelly cool from high school days.
Nobody the foolishness.
What do you mean by nobody with the foolishness?
Nobody the foolishness.
Shelly cool from high school days. What Shelly do you?
Shelly, not do me, but Shelly cool on the TV.
She's a threat to his athlete. That's what she does. She's a threat to his athlete.
Shelly's a cool individual. The last time Mrs. Shelly, and that was after she won the first Olympics. Mrs. Shelly, a prize mark, Mrs. Shelly. And then Shelly sent up on chat. Shelly cool.
Yeah, at that time she was cool.
So now she not cool because she married?
No.
I jealous, you jealous.
You look so you're onto something, Felicia. You're onto something.
Shelly, but then you realize that you can't have Shelly go take one next man. You jealous. Let's see where I go on.
Listen, sorry, me say something a while ago.
Kemar, say no more. Osh. Pat it on the back. Osh.
So Stardust, I see you said that Shelly is a threat to Elaine. Let me tell you something. Once Elaine is healthy, Shelly will never beat that again. Never. She can only wish her well and come second. She will never beat her again.
I agree.
Well, Shelly said she's going to run 10.4 at the World Championships. So she must go run 10.4 with that Shakari Hurricane win behind her, 4-point win or something.
I am a big Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce fan. You see, if she run 10.4 at anything, not even anything, I could have a little sports there. I am personally doing the testing. I don't want to part of me. I'm going to do the testing. Yes, my word. And I'm our number one. I will do the testing. No, the foolish 35 years old.
Because just like you said that Elaine being fit, nobody's beating her. I personally think that as long as Ansel Parchment is fit, nobody's beating that.
Nah, you're crazy. Grant Holloway,
dead serious.
Grant Holloway are beat up that cup.
I'm dead serious.
Beat up
World Olympics last year, so Grant Holloway are gonna beat them up, and what happened?
Yeah, I mean, I like Grant.
Parchment get lucky.
I like Grant.
You need some luck in tracks.
You do.
Grant needs to keep him composure as well.
I don't think. Listen, in order for Parchment, right now, may I tell you the truth, Grant Holloway look like him going for that world record.
A man says
And,
him can't
and
go on.
Parchment better broke that world record if he's not gonna beat. I don't think he can
Man
beat.
says him, man, the boy have a good start for a tall man and to go over there.
Him have a slouches. Him have a starting with a tall.
Who?
Parchment.
Oh,
No, I'm talking about Holloway, man. Holloway have a good start.
Oh, Holloway have a bullet start. He does, but him just needs to keep him composure for the last couple of hurdles. If you notice, from the last couple of hurdles, him start to flutter a lick away from like the last 3 or 4 hurdles, and that's what cost him the race in the Olympics.
Kish, tell me why Shelly will always be your favorite. I know those are not track and field reasons, right? Because
you know, the comment section where Kish say your athlete is unattractive.
Well, she could have unattractive.
I agree.
She could have unattractive from now till next year. When she win, una beat up Pat cover in the middle of half a tree and a jump up and happy. So that's all I care about.
Beat my Pat cover, Pennsylvania.
And when she get the world record, when Elaine break the world record in the 100 meters and I'm sure about 200, when she break it in the 100, then this goat conversation thing will be settled once and for all. And you can tell me about how much world.
Asafa Paul was the world record holder, yes?
Listen.
Huh?
Elaine, I want to think about her too, you know. Don't get me wrong, you know. She's a talented athlete, but she have one like a dirty attitude thing about her too. I mean, I like.
Well,
all right,
Felicia,
you can fight
Felicia,
Shelly will always be my girl. Me grew up in an era. Shelly will always be my girl. No matter what.
Ask a question. You mentioned world record and GOAT argument. Was Asafa Paul once the world record holder?
Did Asafa Paul win an Olympic gold medal?
No, he did not. But he was a world record holder.
Okay, but I'm talking about the totality. Is Asafa the double Olympic champion in the 100 and 200 meter?
Has Elaine won everything there is to win in track and field, World's Olympics and World Indoors? Is Elaine a 3-time world champion?
Hold on, Adrian. You really gone indoors too?
Indoors,
I mean, Elaine run indoor. Elaine run and get our bronze medal, so we have to back them up.
Well,
Shelly win indoor, right? Elaine come third.
Did you say about win indoors?
That's team business. Him never need to do. Him don't need to have business.
No. Listen.
Subjective reason, eh?
Yeah, I mean, listen, we are.
Where is her 4 world championship title?
Huh?
Where is her 4 world championship titles?
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Oh, see, and they said stop now.
Adrian, real. Let's really look at it in perspective.
No,
she has already done what she has done at Olympics, right? And then come this Olympic, let's say she do the double again, along with the world record in the 100 meter. It can't just frown upon that. Cannot.
I cannot. But it's not enough for me to say you're the GOAT, because you have a long list. Well, not a long list. A list of 5 ladies who the body of work is so huge and consistent. Not I come this Olympics, then 3 years I disappear, then I come back and win.
No, but Adrian, if we are going to do that, we have to be honest. The lady was hurt. She was hurt.
No. She was not hurt all those years. She competed one of those years and finished 4th.
She was hurt.
I'm from tell you about she not feeling it. What do you mean she wasn't feeling it?
She
never hurt.
But Adrian, the question I want to ask you is that which one you rank higher? Olympics or World Championship?
Financially, it makes sense to be an Olympic champion financially in track and field. Me personally, I like the World Championship because you have to prove yourself more consistent than a 4-year span. So you have to show this year and then 2 more years. You have to show again that, and Shelly has done that. 3 consecutive championships. No, not 3 in a row. Sorry, there was a break. But she has done that so many times. You can't really question that, and you have to put some credit. You have to give some credibility to being a world champion. It says there you're a world champion. The Olympic Games is only highlighted because it's been around since 1896, and track and field is what holding up the Olympics. You understand? It's a weird scenario. I don't know if you guys know that track started out as a professional sport. Then because of the Olympic movement, it gravitated to becoming an amateur sport, right? And it's stuck around with the Olympics up until I believe the 70s, 80s. And now they're trying to rebrand and become professional. No other sport in the world ever did that. That's why they're paying out so much, and that's why more highlight and all these things. Olympics had to beg baseball and all these boxing and all these sports to send the best athletes to the Olympics game, and that's when they lift the whole amateurism status business and say, all right, then we'll start paying, you know, right? Track and field put Olympics on the map, and now it's suffering for it. So I wouldn't necessarily say being an Olympic champion is higher than a world champion, because it's not as.
It does, man. You have to be honest. Come on.
So let me ask.
You have to prove yourself more consistently.
All right, so Adrian, let me ask you, what can Elaine do over the next 3 years? Because 3 years we have 3 straight championship years. What can Elaine do? Because right now, to you, she's not even in the conversation. It's Shelly, and then
no, she's in the conversation. She's not up there yet.
Oh, she's not up. Okay, so
she's
what can she do at this World Champs, next year World Champs, the following year Olympics? Because I think after that she's going to retire based on what she's seeing. Right?
She don't need to do anything at the Olympics anymore. Right. And I know a lot of people might not like this. Like, I'm going to answer your question, but a lot of people might like this. I don't think the double is all that special. I'm being honest with you. It is special, but it's not special enough. And I tell you why. Okay, is Veronica Campbell a back-to-back world champion? I mean, Olympic champion, 200 meter.
I think so.
She is. And she's a back-to-back 60 meter indoor champion. Did you know that?
Yeah.
So it's not really that special in my books being a back-to-back.
No, but Adrian, you're talking
Usain Bolt is a triple.
That's great.
Yeah, that's why.
Right. If she was a triple now, I'm gonna say goat. Done and dusted. Goat.
But you just said, but this is how you contradict yourself, because you just tell me say she has to do nothing at the other Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying the double. Speaking about the double, it's not that special as a standalone for the GOAT conversation. No, this is what she needs to do. You know what she needs to do? She have to win the World Championship at least once in both events. Whether she do 100 this year, 200 next year, or whatever the case may be. And she don't need to run any faster, because that 10:54 it's a standalone. I think that 10:54 says a lot in the body of work. When you put it in the body of work, that 10:54 says a lot. But Shelly's also right there behind her at 10:60. So who do you want? The woman with 18, 21 major championship medal, or are you giving the one with 9 major championship medal? Who is the third fastest behind the one with the 9?
All right. So let me ask
21 versus 9.
All right, sure. If you look at, listen, if we're talking, if GOAT for you means the most decorated athlete, all right, give it to Shelly and go on. But that's not
decorated. It's your body of work, the consistency. That is why you have to. So
again, so if Elaine, let us say Elaine win the 100, the 200, and the world record at this World Champs in Oregon.
She don't need the world record, really. I don't believe she needs the world record.
Okay, she don't need it, but let us say she get it. Where does that move her up on your ladder?
Straight to number one. Straight to number one.
Then at that mask, I want to go boss.
So you guys know why you're my top 5?
You know, at my bedtime,
so you know why you're my top 5 before? I hear what
let me hear your top 5.
So my top 5 at the moment is 1, Shelly. 2, Gail Divas. 3, Veronica Campbell Brown. 4, Alyssa Felix. And 5, Elaine Thompson. And that's just a sprint. Because she's about 8 when I include the distance. When I include all the track and field for females, she's about 8. Because Turnish the Barber, you have to put that name in there when you talk about track and field.
Bro, you put Allyson Felix over Elaine Thompson? Let us talk with Allyson Felix relay medal there.
No, she did that job. I'll go. That's what?
Like,
you're right.
When I drop Alex,
I never think you'd have to catch that one day. You're right.
When I drop Alex and don't fix.
Allyson Felix is the Russell Westbrook of track and field. Paddy next start. And I'm a thunder.
Empty calories. Calories. But you see the thing with Allyson is that people love her. people love her so much, so they will always insert her in some conversations where she don't have no business being in.
She don't have no business to go up there. I'll be honest with you. She's top 10, but she's not inserted in the top 5.
Yeah.
You can drop your girl Shakari in the top 5.
No, worry yourself. She's young. She has years ahead of her. Now that's what I talk about Brianna Williams. She's young. She's got time. Don't worry. She has a father figure. Well, Shakira need a father figure too.
She does.
I'm going to be the father figure, and you're going to say the dominance.
She does. She need a father figure because Justin Gatlin not doing a good job. He's not doing a good.
That's the wrong father figure. Justin the juice. No.
But this is where we're going to call it a night, man. It has been a pleasure with all of you guys, man. Kim's, big up yourself. Adrian, big up yourself. Felicia, big up on yourself.
Anytime.
Yes,
Hope
sir.
that it won't be the
So
last.
hold up there. Oh, one of the man them called before me. I'm the queen. I should be called first.
I was just running it in order.
We saved the best for last. That's what we did.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
Man,
all right.
big
You
up
repeat
him.
yourself there.
Big up on yourself, man.
All right.